white game?
Pretty good. Just working every day to get better each day. That's it.
Talk about Abdul a little bit. How's he looked playing defensive end?
Abdul's been looking really good. He's adjusting really well. Obviously, he's a big physical guy, so he can handle being in trenches and then pass rushing. We already know what he can do.
What's he add to the defensive line?
What does he add?
Yeah.
I mean, everything you've seen last year or past 2 years, really, even freshman year. Speed, power, explosiveness. Just another guy in the room that pushes us to be better, and he's going to have a big year.
Does he remind you of anyone? Is there a comparison you make to him as a defensive end?
I mean, not really. Abdul's his own guy. You can take pieces from everybody. I mean, he might have the quickness and bend like Chop and things like that, but he's his own guy. He's going to be special.
Dani, how have you adjusted to a leadership role now that Chop and Adisa have moved on to the NFL?
I would say just the younger guys, just trying to get on them by extra work and things like that, just trying to be more vocal. Now that I'm the older guy in the room, it's a lot easier. Trying to be a young guy sometimes can be tough, but being an older guy and being played in games and things like that, a lot of young guys already respect me. So just trying to get them to be better, because we're going to need them this year, especially with the extra game or whatever.
Are there any leadership pointers that you picked up from Chop and Adisa?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of things. Just pulling guys aside, sort of attacking things as well as soon as it happens, instead of letting things linger. Sometimes we can let young guys keep making the same mistakes. So they sort of just got on me that when I made the mistake, just get on it and adjust from there. So,
what are your impressions of Tom Allen so far?
He's a great coach. I think we're going to have a good defense this year. He's a great guy, religious guy. Yeah, I have a ton of respect for Coach Allen.
Does what he has been able to do with you guys so far this spring differ at all to the past years you've been here?
I mean, not really. For me, it's mostly the same. 4 down front, do a lot of movements and things like that. So it's pretty much the same. Obviously, some of the plays are different, but it's still a fun defense. So.
Do you notice any differences in the way he runs a practice?
Honestly, no. Everything's, believe it or not, it's a lot similar. Things aren't really too much different. So.
What's Tom like as a teacher? We've heard that he's really big on the why
yes.
through this process. What is he like, and what's that like for you as a learner?
Yeah, no, he's definitely big on the why. Every day we have our core values. He calls on players and things like that in our meetings, and makes the players list out our core values, effort, tackling, and toughness. But yeah, Coach Allen, he's a great leader. Like I say, he's a religious guy, so he's a respectable guy. You're never going to catch Coach Allen doing something that he's not supposed to do. So.
Coach said it's going to be a more traditional spring game, but I'm curious if you have anything that you're kind of hoping to get out of Saturday individually.
Just competing, as always. This whole spring ball has been about competing. We added a lot of guys to the D-line room. Obviously, we have new coordinators and things like that. So just trying to go out there and compete. I don't know how the spring game is going to go, but it's just another practice.
Which of the offensive linemen have stood out to you, going through practice?
A lot of guys. Obviously, one of our returning starters, Anthony Donko, he played really good last year, especially towards the end of the season. Nolan Rucci is another guy from Wisconsin who's been doing really good. Javin Williams, a lot of those guys. I can't pick anyone specific. Those are just some that come right to my head.
With Javin, he's getting a lot of reps with Shelton out. How have you seen him come along? Someone came in with a pretty high pedigree, a lot of attention. What's his development been like going into year 2?
His technique has gotten a lot better as far as knowing how to use certain angles to his advantage. He's a quick guy, so we're just trying to use that to his advantage as well, especially in the pass rush. But he's already, before he got here, he was a good run blocker. So. But just obviously pass pro is where he's gotten a lot better at.
Where do you feel like you've gotten a lot better? Just either this spring or just in general since you've been here?
I would say one of my biggest things last year was just emphasize my pad level and things like that. I was already a strong guy, but a lot of times I would get caught in the wrong position because I was so high and things like that. So this whole offseason I was just emphasizing my pads. And I also did sort of like some MMA things to help with my hands and just precision and things like that. So I would say another thing is hand precision and things like that.
Obviously.